Dear student, in previous class I was discussing regarding the concept of stability and brief introduction regarding the RH criteria. RH criteria. Here today class I am going to discuss regarding the stability based on the Routh-Hurwitz criteria. The topic of the today's session is the Routh-Hurwitz criteria. The Routh and Hurwitz is the name of the scientist, jointly published the concept of system stability. And this method is called as a Routh or Roth-Hurwitz criterion or RH criterion. Is an analytical procedure for determining determining whether all the roots of the polynomial or characteristic equations are negative real part or complex roots with negative real part. RH criteria is an analytical method, analytical procedure or algebraic method for whether all the roots of the characteristic equations are lie on the left half of the S-plane or not, because the system stability based on the locations of the poles on the S-plane. If all the roots of the characteristic equations are lie on the left half of the S-plane, if all the roots of the characteristic equation are lie on the left half of the S-plane, then the system is stable. If any one roots are lying on the right half of the S-plane, S-plane, then the system is unstable. The root, the poles. Now what is the root? We know that this is the closed loop system. The the closed loop transfer function is the ratio of two polynomials EF divided by RS is equal to GS divided by 1 plus GS into HS. The closed loop transfer function is the ratio of two polynomial in terms of S. So the denominator polynomial is called as a characteristic equation. 1 plus GS into HS is called as is called a characteristic equation of system. Now this is the characteristic equation. Here the generalized this is the generalized equation, numerator equation, denominator's equation. The numerator equation of b naught into s power m plus b1 into s power m minus 1 plus etc. Now this is the denominator equation. So the denominator equation is called as a characteristic equation of the system. If I find the roots for the characteristic equation, so the roots of the characteristic equation of the denominator polynomial is called as poles of this system, and these are the called as the zeros of the numerator polynomial, zeros of the system. After finding poles and zeros, so we need to locate the system stability depends upon the poles only. If after finding the poles or roots of the characteristic equation, so if I locate this on the S-plane, if all the roots are negative real part, then the system is stable. If all the roots are negative real part means, then automatically locating on the S-plane, locating on the left half of the S-plane. If any one roots are locating on the right half of the S-plane, and then the system is unstable. If all the roots are locating on the S-plane for bounded input, bounded output stability, the integral of impulse response. What is impulse response? The M of X closed loop transfer function is called as also called as impulse response. Impulse response. So for bounded input, bounded output stability, the integral of the impulse response, so M of S must be finite. Must be finite. In order to get the finite response, all the poles of the system must be lie on the left half of the S-plane, left half of the S-plane. Then only it becomes finite. This impulse response should be for bounded input, bounded output stability. The integral of impulse response should be finite. In order to get the finite impulse response, so the roots of the characteristic equation must be lie on the left half of the S-plane. If the roots are all the roots of the, once we know the characteristic equation, find the roots. If all the roots are lying on the left half of the S-plane, then the impulse response is finite. Then then the system is called as a stable working condition of a system. Then the system is called as a stable. The Routh-Hurwitz criterion is is a analytical procedure for determining whether all the roots are lying on the left half of the S-plane or not. The first step in analyzing the stability of a system is to examine the characteristic equation of the system. And then the necessary condition of stability and the sufficient condition of the first step in analyzing the stability of a control system by using RH criteria is we need to verify the necessary condition of stability and also the sufficient of condition of stability. The necessary condition of stability, the first step in analyzing the stability of the control system is to examine the characteristic equation. Though the necessary condition for stability is that all the coefficients of the polynomial must be positive. All the coefficient in order to verify the system stability by using RH criteria, we need to verify the necessary condition of stability. Condition of stability. And necessary condition of stability. And second one is the sufficient condition of stability. Sufficient condition, necessary condition. I need to verify the system stability for the given characteristic equation or given closed loop transfer function. If G of S given, HSS given, then we can easily find out the characteristic equation. The characteristic equation is CH. The characteristic equation is 1 plus GS into is called as a characteristic equation of the system. The denominator polynomial of a closed loop transfer function is called as a characteristic equation. If G of S is given, HS is given, then we can easily find out the characteristic equation. Then we need to verify the system stability represented by the characteristic equation. Then first step is to verify the necessary condition of the stability. The first necessary condition of stability is that all the coefficient of the characteristic equation must be positive. Now this is the equation A0 into S power n. Now this is the characteristic equation of the generalized. Now A0 into S power n, the denominator polynomial is of the closed loop transfer function in A0 into S power 1, A1 into S power n minus 1, plus A2 into S power n minus 2, etc. and so an into n minus 1 into S power n plus an. Now this is the characteristic equation. Now what is the necessary condition of stability? The necessary, by using RH criteria, how to verify the system stability. For the given characteristic equation, verify the necessary condition of stability and also the sufficient condition of stability. Now what is the necessary condition of stability? The necessary condition of stability is that all the coefficients of the polynomial must be positive. Now this is the polynomial A0 into S power n plus A1 into S power n plus An into S power n. This is the polynomial. If all the coefficient, A0 is a coefficient, A1, A2, these are the coefficient. Now how to verify the necessary condition of, if all the coefficients of the characteristic equations are positive, then automatically the system is called as a stable low. The necessary condition of stability is that the necessary condition of stability is that all the coefficients of the polynomial means characteristic equation must be positive. A0 is positive, A1 is positive, if A2 is positive. If it is negative, then only you can say that then it will not satisfy the necessary condition. So if necessary condition is not satisfied, then the system is unstable. The first step in analyzing the stability by using RH criteria is to verify the necessary condition of stability. The necessary condition of stability is that all the coefficients of the characteristic equation must be positive. If the coefficients are positive, the roots automatically we will get the negative real part. So negative real numbers roots. So or negative real part with near part with complex roots. So now if sum of the coefficients 0, now if a to a naught into s power n plus this a1 term is absent 0 plus a2 into s power n minus 2, then also it should not be satisfied if sum of the coefficients 0 or negative or minus a3 into s power n minus 3. If sum of the coefficients are 0 or negative, then the system is unstable. Can be concluded this the system is not a stable. Then automatically the system is unstable. The first step in analyzing the stability of the system by using RH criteria is to analyze the necessary condition of stability and sufficient. Another is the sufficient of condition of stability. How to verify the necessary condition of stability? The considering the characteristic equation. The characteristic equation is nothing but the denominator polynomial of the closed loop transfer function is characteristic equation. This can be represented like this. This is the generalized equation of the characteristic equation. If sum of the coefficients are negative, if all the in order to maintain the necessary condition of stability, all the coefficient of the polynomial must be positive. If some of the coefficients are missing 0 or negative, then the system is not a stable. In necessary condition itself, we can say that after verifying the necessary conditions itself, can say that the given system is unstable. Now, how to verify the sufficient of conditions of stability? How to verify the sufficient condition of stability? How to verify the sufficient condition of stability? The sufficient of condition of stability can be proposed by a Ruth and Ruth and A. Hurwitz jointly published the method of investigating the sufficient of condition of stability. Even though the necessary conditions are satisfied, if all the coefficients of the characteristic equation is positive, then also sometime it may be unstable. It may be unstable. If a sufficient condition is satisfied, necessary condition is satisfied, if all the coefficients are positive, then we can easily conclude that the system is stable. In some cases, even though the coefficients are positive, if all the coefficients are positive, then also some system exhibits instability. That such a system can be verified by the sufficient condition of further. In order to verify the further investigating the stability of the controls, the Ruth and Hurwitz jointly published the sufficient condition of stability. Sufficient of condition of stability. The Hurwitz criteria is in terms of determinant. So, and Ruth criteria is in terms of array formulation. No, a Hurwitz criteria is in terms of determinant by finding the determinant for the after forming the matrix for the given characteristic equation. We go for finding the determinant. So then we go for verifying the system stability by using Hurwitz criteria. But Ruth criteria is in terms of array formulation. No, in your syllabus we go for studying regarding the Ruth criterion. Ruth criteria is presented in your syllabus. So therefore we need to study regarding the how to verify the sufficient condition of the stability by using a Ruth criteria. Going to explain by considering the characteristic equation of the system. In order to verify the sufficient condition of stability, consider the characteristic equation of the system. Now this is the general characteristic equation of the system. Here the A0 into S power 1, S power n plus A1 into S power n minus 1, A2 into S power n minus 2 plus etc. up to A plus A n minus 1 into S power 1 plus A n into S power 0. Now this is the generalized characteristic equation of the closed loop transfer function. So in order to verify the sufficient condition of stability or necessary condition of stability, now here the for n is equal to 4, in order to understanding the concept, I'm go for considering the fourth order only. N is equal to 4, occurring can take 5, or n is equal to 3, any value. For n is equal to 4, the characteristic equation becomes the fourth order equation. A0 into S power 4 plus A1 into S cube plus A2 into S square plus A3 into S power 1 plus A4 is equal to this. Here all the coefficients are here. If you look at the characteristic equation, all the coefficients are positive. What is the condition of necessary condition of stability? If all the coefficients of the polynomial must be positive, or some coefficient, then the system is stable. If all the coefficients are positive, then it satisfies the all the coefficients are positive. It satisfies the necessary condition of stability. In order to verify the system stability by RH criteria, if you have the characteristic equation, so then verify the necessary condition. If all the coefficients are present, then automatically are positive, then the system is stable. In order to verify the, even though the sum of all the coefficients are positive, in some cases some system exhibits the instability also. In order to verify that, we go for that can be very sufficient condition can be verified by using the Routh array or by using the Hurwitz criterion. Now to form the Routh array, in order to verify the sufficient of condition of stability can be verified by forming the Routh array. Now to form the Routh array, the Routh array can be formed as follows. The Routh array is formed as follows. So now to form the Routh array, write down the here S power S cube. Write on the how to form. The first row can be formed by here the S power 4. The first row is the S power 4 can be formed by the coefficients of even powers of S. Here this first row is the even power. So even power. So the first row can be formed by coefficients of the even powers of S. So here S into A4 into S power 0. Therefore the coefficients of S power 4 is equal to A0. The coefficient of even powers of S next to S is A2, and next one is A4. Because A4 into S power 0. The first row can be, the Routh array can be formed by utilizing the coefficients of the even powers of S. So similarly, subsequent rows. Now next row is the S cube row. In the next row of the Routh array can be formed by utilizing the coefficients of the characteristic equation. So the first row can be formed by the coefficients of even powers of S. So if it is odd powers, so the first row can be formed by odd powers of S. So if it is here even, therefore the even coefficient, the first row can be formed by even powers of S. So even powers of next row, subsequent row can be S cube row can be formed by odd powers. S cube coefficient is A1. Now what will be the value of next odd powers of S coefficient is A3. Now remaining the coefficient is 0. Now I want to generate the S cube, S square row and S power 1 row and A4 into S power 0 row. Therefore I want to generate S2 S square row and also S power 0 1 row and also and also we need to find out the s power 0th row. S power 0th row can be formed by utilizing the elements of the by utilizing the coefficients of utilizing the elements of previous rows. You can find out the values of the s elements of the s square row and s1 row and s power 0 row. Now the next row can be formed by utilizing the coefficients of the characteristic equation. We can form the first row and second row. Now how to form this next row? The next row element is b0. Now to find out the b0 value can be utilizing the elements of the previous two rows. So now b2, what is the value of b0? B0 is equal to a1 into first a1 into a2 minus this into this minus a0 into a3 divided by a1 itself. Now this is the procedure. We should remember while solving the problem also we should, if the characteristic equation given, we need to find out the root array. The root array can be formed as follows. Here formed by utilizing the coefficients of the s. So the first row can be, if it is an even power, so the first row can be formed by even powers of s, so coefficients of even powers of s. So the second row can be formed by odd powers of f. So if it is a odd powers, if it's a0 into s power 5, oh, the first row can be formed by odd powers of s. So second row can be formed by here. The first row s power row is first row, s cube is the second row, s2 is a third row, is a fourth row, is a fifth row. Now how to the coefficient of s power 4 is the coefficients of even powers of s. So similarly s cube is the coefficients of odd powers of s. So now once we find out the two rows of the root array, now next row element can be formed by, now this is b0. What is the b0 value? A, we need to multiply a1 into a2, then minus a0 into a3 divided by this a1. Now similarly I want to find out b1. Now this, what is b1 value? Now b1 is equal to, what is the value of b1? The b1 is equal to, the can be obtained by a1 into this a1 into a4. Need to multiply a1 with a4 minus similarly a0 into 0 divided by similarly a1 itself. Now next element is 0 because there is no element of a1 into a4 minus a2 into 0. Similarly, I want to find out the element of s1 row, s power 1 row. Therefore, the element of the a1 row called as a c0. Now, what is the value of c0? The c0 value is equal to a1 into, now what is the value of the a1 into c0 is equal to b0 into a3, b0 into, now similarly by utilizing the previous two rows, so we can find out the values of, by utilizing the previous two rows element, we can find out the elements of the current row. Therefore, the c0 is equal to, what is the value of c0? The c0 is equal to b0 into, the c0 is equal to b0 into a3 minus a1 into b1 divided by b0. Now this is the c row. Now element c0. Now similarly, I want to find out c1 by utilizing the previous two elements. So we can find out the current row element. So now this is b0 into, what is this c1? Now c1 is equal to, what is the value of c1 now? Now c1 is equal to b0 into c0 B0 into 0 minus A1 into 0 divided by B0. Now this is the way of forming the root array. Now value of C0 and C1 is computed. By utilizing the previous two rows, we can find out the similarly we can find out the A1. Now C0 D0 value. I want to find out the D0. Then what will be the value of D0? Now D0 is equal to what? D0 is equal to A1 C0 into D1. C0 into D1 minus B1 B0 into C1 divided by C0. C0. Now this is the value of D0. Now next elements are 0 because these two elements are 0. Therefore subsequent elements are the 0. Now this is the way of forming the root array. In order to verify the sufficient condition of stability, we need to form the root array. The root array can be formed like this, but by formed like this. Here, by utilizing the coefficients of characteristic equation, no? If GS is given, HS is given, then by using GS value and HS value, characteristic equation 1 plus GS into HS is equal to characteristic equation. Now find out the coefficients of even powers of SO, odd powers of SO, write down the two rows. So then utilizing the previous two rows, so write down the next rows elements. So now in order to verify the system stability, here for systems to be stable, for systems to be stable, what will be the condition here? For systems to be stable, each term in the first column, here after forming the root array, each term in the first column, this is the first column, this is the second column, this is the third column. For systems to be stable, each term in the first column of the root array must be positive. In order to make this positive, this value must be A0 0 must be greater than 0 and A1 must be greater than 0, B0 must be greater than 0, C0 must be greater than 0, 1 greater than 0 and D0 must be greater than 0. For systems to be stable, in order to verify the system sufficient condition of stability, form the root array. After forming the root array, observe the first column. For systems to be stable, each term in the first column must be positive. Each terms in the first column of the root array must be positive. In order to get the each term in the first column of the root array must be positive. The condition is A0. This value must be greater than 0. Greater than 0. Now, if all the elements of the first column of the root array is positive, then the system is stable. Now, this is the way of finding the stability by using RH criterion. The root stability criterion can be necessary. We need to verify the necessary condition of stability and sufficient condition of stability. Then, in order to verify the necessary condition of stability, all the elements of the characteristic equation must be, all the coefficients of the characteristic equation must be positive, or some, then the system is stable, or some of the coefficients are missing or negative, then the system is unstable. In order to verify the sufficient condition of stability, by using the characteristic equation, form the root array. After forming the root array, observe the first column of the root array. All the elements of the first column must be positive, then the system is stable. Then automatically the system poles are locating on the left half of the S-plane. Here the necessary condition, sufficient condition of stability is that all the elements in the first column of the root array must be positive. If this condition is not met, the system is unstable. And the number of sign changes in the elements of the first column of the each root array corresponding to the number of roots of the characteristic equation, the right half of the S-plane. If it is any sign changes, if it is a sum of the coefficient value is negative. Now A1 is negative, C0 is 0. Then after forming the root array, the first column there is a sign changes in the first column. Now this first element is positive, second element is negative, again this is positive again. Now here how many sign changes? Here there are from positive to negative considered as a one sign change. So from negative to positive, the sign order of sign of the first column, the order of the sign changes, number of sign changes in the first column. If it is like this, so the plus the first element sign is positive, second sign is negative, again positive, again negative, last element is positive. Now number of sign changes represented by this root array. Now if it is any sign changes, if it is there is no sign changes, if it is no sign changes in the first column of the root array, and then the system is stable. If it is unstable, if any sign changes in the first column, if A1 value is negative and C0 value is also negative, then the system is unstable. Then we need to find out if it is unstable, then some roots are lying on the right half of the S-plane. Now how many roots are lying on the right half of the S-plane? That can be decided by the sign changes in the first column of the root array. Therefore, here the plus sign, the signs of the first column is plus minus minus plus. The number of sign changes is indicated by from positive to negative consider as a one sign changes. So from negative to another is a one sign changes. So there are two sign changes, and again there is a from positive to negative one sign changes. So from negative to positive another sign changes. So number of sign changes is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Number of sign changes is equal to number of sign changes is equal to 4 sign changes. So if any element having the negative, then we need to find out the sign changes. So because number of sign changes, number of root on the right half of the S-plane depends upon the number of sign changes. So here this is first sign changes, first change, this is second change, this is third change, this is fourth change. Therefore, how many roots are lying on the right half of the S-plane? The number of roots lying on the right half of the S-plane is equal to number of sign changes. So therefore, here there are 4 changes. So therefore, the number of roots lying on the right half of the S-plane is 4. Therefore, the entire is a fourth order equation. So therefore, there are 4 rows. So therefore, all the 4 rows are lying on the right half of the S-plane. This is the way of finding analyzing the stability by using RH criteria. RH criteria is the analytical procedure for verifying the system stability. System stability. RH criteria need to verify this necessary condition. First step in analyzing the system stability by using RH criteria is the necessary condition of stability and sufficient condition of stability. Regarding this, I have clearly explained it in my class notes. So in next session, when we come across the examples, you can easily understanding the concept very clearly. Therefore, in next session, I'm going to consider the examples on the RH criteria. Thank you for listening.